Before we go, yesterday the Albanese Labor government put the final nail in the coffin of Australia's manufacturing sector. What was once the party of the working class has struck a deal with the Greens to impose a carbon cap, or carbon dioxide cap, targeting coal and gas projects. The consequences will be profound. Big industrial emitters, like our miners and manufacturers, will now be forced to reduce their emissions by 4.9% a year. This is to achieve 205 million tonnes of greenhouse gas reduction by 2030. And as a result, the Greens are boasting that they have, quote, stopped about half of the 116 new coal and gas projects in the pipeline from going ahead, unquote. They even said they've, quote, derailed the Beetaloo and Barossa gas fields, unquote. This is at the same time as the Australian energy market operator and the ACCC are warning us of a coming gas shortage that could plunge the East Coast into darkness over the coming winter months. The Russians must be cheering. Now it will cost more to extract gas in Australia, making us less competitive relative to our gas exporting competitors like Russia and Qatar. This means gas companies and investors will look elsewhere to extract gas, the critical resource that underpins our energy grid and our agricultural sector. Now remember, our farmers need cheap gas because it's the critical feedstock in the production of fertiliser. The short point? Expect gas prices to rise further. Expect power prices to go up. Expect fertiliser prices to go through the roof, and this means food prices will continue to rise. Expect blackouts. Most of all, expect higher inflation. And I suppose then the blunt instrument of higher interest rates. Now cop this. At the moment, everyone's talking about inflation. People are blaming inflation on corporate profiteering, mismanagement by the Reserve Bank, overspending by governments. Although these are all contributing factors, the root cause of our problem, as we saw yesterday, is green politics. It's called greenflation. Think about it. Why have power prices gone up? Australia has refused to build new coal-fired power plants, demonised gas, and instead backed Chinese-made, taxpayer-subsidised, weather-dependent solar panels and wind turbines. Why have food prices gone up? We don't use our own gas to produce fertiliser because our power prices are too high, and we don't build new dams that would protect our farmers from floods and droughts. It doesn't stop there. Why have house prices and rents gone up? Our green councils and state governments won't open up new land to increase the supply of housing. Why has the cost of imported goods gone up? Well, we've shut down our manufacturing industry in this country, meaning we rely on increasingly unstable global supply chains controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Why has the gas price, the cost of petrol, the cost of diesel, why have they gone up? Simply, it's too expensive to refine fuel here. Even though we produce a lot of crude oil, it's because our power prices are too high. The key to reviving this country as a manufacturing powerhouse is to reduce energy prices. But the way this government is going with Albanese and Bowen, that horse is bolted. If there's no manufacturing industry, then we are subject to the whim of supply chains overseas.